There's a lot happening here. Every time I open this, there's dust falling out. But, you know, gets like that sometimes. Definitely gets like that sometimes. Hi guys, it's Ali. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing the Makeup Obsession palettes that I've recently picked up. Some of you guys may have seen these because they are a little bit of a dupe for the Colourpop Monochrome palettes that have been around for some time now. So when I did see these, I was like, I wonder if they could work in substitution for that, because getting Colourpop to the UK, it can be a little bit pricey, and these are only £5. Plus they were 3 for 2. It was a little bit of a no-brainer for me. So if you guys want to see what I think, how these product swatches and everything like that, then go ahead and keep on watching. Like I said in the intro, these palettes retail for £5, and I did get them on a 3 for 2 offer. So I picked up the Squeeze Me palette, the Keep It Fresh, and the Sunshine Makes Me Happy. There were 3 other ones on the site, so they had a blue one, a pink, and a purple, but I just felt like those are colors that I had in abundance from other collections. So I was thinking about what it was that I needed, so I did pick up these 3. And right off the bat, the first thing that you will notice about these if you do get them is how teeny they are. This is a 9 shadow palette, and the pan itself is smaller than like my finger. But do you know what, I'm not too fussed about the size because it is a £5 palette, but it's just odd, especially if you compare it to another product like the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes, which are also small palettes. So this is the Huda Beauty Obsessions and that is the Makeup Obsession palette side by side. So I'd say the amount of product you'd get in this is about double or triple what you'd get in this one, but the palette sizes themselves aren't too different. They're not way off each other. They're very similar in size. And another big difference between the 2 palettes is the size of the mirror in each one. We've got this teeny tiny little square in the Makeup Obsessions, but the Huda Beauty one has like basically a usable mirror. This one, it's like an eye, you know, it's like an eye of a mirror. See that? See that? I feel like I would have preferred not to have a mirror than have one that frustrates me when I try and use it. But it's not the be all and end all, so you know, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into these swatches for you guys, and then I'll go ahead and demo this look so you guys can kind of see how the shadows perform and everything like that. So we're gonna start off with the Squeeze Me palette, which is a palette of oranges. I can't say that I'm too keen on this shade here. I have no idea why it exists in this palette. For me, it kind of ruins the entire color story a little bit. Everything else just looked so cute, and then that one was a bit too much. But anyway, so this is What's Your Flavor, which is a very white looking nude, and then we have a shimmery very light orange in the shade Squeeze Me, Feeling Zesty, the OC, which I currently have on, Sweeter Than You, Tangoed, which I'm gonna put just at the bottom here, Clementine, Vitamin C, and finally we have this very light coral, which is Smooth. So this is the Squeeze Me palette swatch on the back of my hand. As you guys can see, the pigmentation is fairly decent. The one thing that I would change about it is definitely the pan size, because the way the pan is made, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you do get a lot of fallout just because trying to maneuver, there's not enough space in there to maneuver. In bigger palettes, you can kind of go in the center of the palette to get the payoff that you want, but with this one, you're hitting all sorts of edges and you lose a lot of product that way, so that's kind of a bummer. But so far, I'm impressed with that pigment. Look at that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and swatch the Keep It Fresh palette, which is pretty much just a mint green color story here, and you guys know mint green is my favorite color, and I don't have a lot of shades that are similar to this pan here just because a lot of palettes don't have mint green in them. So we're going to go ahead and start with Fresh AF, Mint Like, Sparkle Honey, Bite Me, Fresh Faced, Cool Down, Original. Oh, I really want to do something with that. Spearmint, and finally super chill. So that is the Keep It Fresh palette. Personally, I would have loved to have a lot more of the deeper green shades in here, just because I feel like you could do a lot more with them. But again, those swatches are absolutely beautiful and the pigmentation is really impressive actually. I feel like the pigment is low-key blowing me away a little bit because I didn't expect that from such a miniature palette. But the last palette that we do have is a yellow, and you guys know how judgmental I am about yellow eyeshadows. So we're gonna see just how this palette performs. So this is the very appropriately named Sunshine Makes Me Happy palette. So we're gonna kick it off with Rooftop Vibes, which is a yellowy gold. Then we have Ray, Sunset, Beach Please, Sandy Toes, Bronzed Goddess, Buttercup, which is like a bright yellow, Sunrise, and finally Glow, which is sort of a deep bronze color. So there is the Sunshine Makes Me Happy palette. Again, really impressive swatches, especially for a yellow. That is intriguing. I definitely want to play around with this some more. Those were all of the swatches for the palettes. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I created this look. So if you do want to see that, then go ahead and keep on watching. Otherwise, skip to the end of this video. Okay, so I'm going to prime my eyelid as usual. Using a concealer, and then I'm just going to blend it out using my beauty blender. I'm going to keep the look pretty simple today. I don't want to do anything too complex or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead with this fluffy brush and the shade Tangoed, which is just this orange one over here. The pans are smaller than the brush. And that's just like, it's such a weird concept to me to have such a small eyeshadow pan, like, see that? But anyway, we move. And I'm gonna just add this to my crease area. What I really love is having a really good quality eyeshadow brush, because I just love how soft it feels on my eye. It's so relaxing for me. But you know them brushes that you can get that are like prickly? That's what I really don't like. But these brushes are super soft, and they are blending out that orange gorgeously. For a small pan, that orange is actually blending out more than I expected it to, but I do find that I am dipping into the pan a lot more because the pan is smaller, so there's not a lot of product getting on the brush. So it is a little bit of work, it is, but the payoff and the fact that the palette is £5, I'm not really complaining all that much, to be perfectly honest with you guys. And then I'm just going to diffuse the top using the same brush because I don't feel the need to change it. Just to get a nice even orange. Another thing that really bugs me about this palette is the size of this mirror. Can you see that? Because what my thing is that how big is the space here? You definitely could have made the mirror a little bit bigger. This tiny little window, it's frustrating. It really is. Now I'm going to use this flatter brush and this shade, the OG, which is just a shimmery orange shade, and I'm going to kind of draw a free-handed cut crease. And since it is freehand, I'm just going to kind of go back and forth with that shimmery shade. And then back again with Tangoed. I'm just going to close off that area here. Just going to pat that in because I don't want to carry the shimmery shade all the way over. Kind of want it to stop. I'm going to blend just a little more. Yeah. So we've got like a nice little pretty orange moment happening. And then taking this pencil brush, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade Sunset, and I'm just going to apply a little bit onto the end of the brush, just like that. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner area. Oh, that is so pretty. This yellow color and the orange blended in together is, it's a moment. It actually is a really cute moment, and I really like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll be right back. So now that I've pretty much done both eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and just put on some lashes, and that's pretty much the look. I did go ahead and line my eyes with some black liner as per, so all that's left now is mascara and some lashes, and that's the look completed. And this is how everything looks at the end. And honestly, I didn't expect to be as impressed with these tiny little palettes as I am, especially because of how small they are and how much fallout you are getting. But as far as the pigmentation goes, I would say that they are very workable. Easy to blend is one thing, and depending on the kind of person you are, this will either be really convenient for you or super inconvenient. And what I mean by that is the convenience of having tiny little palettes like this that are super portable, that you can just kind of throw in your bag and have multiple of them and just kind of work your way through. And because you have a mirror on there, you can kind of do your makeup on the go. Or you'd be super frustrated at having loads of tiny little palettes if you wanted to have an array of color, if you wanted to have variety, because I suppose you wouldn't really use one palette all the time, so you might need to carry multiple, that kind of thing. So, you know, it really is down to a personal choice thing. I don't know what the quality of the ColourPop shadows are, but I definitely say if you are someone who was trying to choose between getting the ColourPop palettes shipped to the UK, I definitely give these a go. Have a look at them, because they're £5. Legit, they are £5. So you can get the entire collection basically for £30, and that is a steal. That is honestly a steal, because you're getting 6 palettes that are creamy, pigmented, easy to work with. Like I keep telling you guys, I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money, but I've said what I said. The choice is up to you now if you guys want to explore this product or not. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I definitely enjoyed playing around with these palettes. I do think they are quite nifty little things to have. But it's payout. Look at this for. It's a lot happening here. Every time I open this, there's dust falling out. But, you know, gets like that sometimes. Definitely gets like that sometimes. If you have some of these palettes or the ColourPop ones, do let me know what you think. And if you happen to have both, I'd love to know how they compare, because I don't have the ColourPop one. So make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in again, and I'll see you guys in my next video.